Oh, good morning, everyone. Here we are once again, meeting at room 330 of our City County building for the August 21st, 2005 meeting of the County Commissioners. So welcome to everyone. We better start this off with the official Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. I always introduce everybody, so you just realize who all is here. I am Candace Payne. I'm the chair of this commission right now. To my immediate left is Commissioner Tom Rolfe.
Good morning, Chair Payne.
And to his left is Brandy Spangler, who is our recording secretary. And to her left is Jenny Chambers, who is head of our Public Works Department and the Planning Department. So to my right is Commissioner Andy Hunthausen. Good morning, Andy. And Mr. Nico Hash from the County Attorney's Office, not the Attorney General. Okay, and then Roger Balls, who is our Chief Administrative Officer. We have a sign-in sheet right on the other side. There's a little table right up there. That's a sign-in sheet. Give us your name, tell us who you are, stand up and be proud. And there's an agenda if you want to be able to follow along on these festivities. There appears to be no consent action items this morning, so we will start this off with Resolution 2025-83 as presented by Jessica Makus. There's more, sorry.
Good morning, Chair Payne, Commissioners.
Good morning.
My name is Jessica Makus, Special Districts Program Coordinator for Lewis and Clark County. A lot of people put that R in there. I don't know why. You're not alone.
Oh, okay.
Today you'll be holding public hearing to hear comments and objections regarding the final adoption of a resolution to levy and assess an annual special assessment of $148.80 upon each undeveloped benefiting property and $620 upon each developed property within the Sunny Vista Road Improvement District. There are 6 undeveloped properties and 73 developed properties for a total of 79 benefiting properties. A total of $46,152.80 will be assessed annually to fund maintenance of this district. You can see this district in blue on your map. This district includes the upper portion of Head Lane, and then it also includes Bluegrouse Road, Sharptail Drive, Sunny Vista Road, Corral Road, and Tree Line Trail that you can see on that map before you. So this is just to the area west of Green Meadow and just off Franklin Mine to the south as you go north here. Maintenance provided by this district includes snow plowing and sanding, grading, graveling, drainage control, chip sealing, pothole patching, and other maintenance and repair as necessary to preserve improvements. The maintenance assessment has been set at $93.75 per undeveloped property and $390.62 per developed property per year since 2017. However, we show a projected budget shortfall for district maintenance, and this current assessment is unsustainable to provide the services listed. An increase to the assessment will ensure annual maintenance in the Sunny Vista Road Improvement District can be completed as detailed in the resolution that created the district. This is a total increase of $55.05 per undeveloped property and $229.38 per developed property per year. Again, for that total assessment of $148.80 per undeveloped property and $620 per developed property per year. Generally, we hold an evening meeting with the members of these districts to discuss the need for this increase. In discussion with the HOA, they wanted to hold that meeting privately. So we did not hold an evening meeting hosted by the county for this particular district, but I did hear that there was significant support for this increase from the members of the HOA. Legal notice of the increase in the public hearing was sent to all benefiting property owners and published in the Helena Independent Record on August 2nd and August 9th, 2025. As of just this morning, I was just down there to make sure that we didn't have any additional protests, but 2 letters of protest have been received, totaling 2.5% of total property owners. And I believe you have those letters in your packet this morning. Staff recommend approval of the resolution to levy and assess the district, and I'm happy to take any questions you have. Thank you.
Thank you, Jessica. Tom, any questions?
None.
Andy?
Not at this time, Chair Payne. I'll wait till public comment. I might have some after that.
Okay, I've got just a couple. Okay, so this was organized in 1990. And how many times has the road assessment been increased since 1990? Or has it been?
Chair Payne, thank you. The last time this assessment was increased was 2017. It may have been previously increased in between 1990 and 2017, but I don't know. I could look that up easily if you'd like.
I'm just trying to figure out if they're being charged the same now as they were in 1990. It sounds like, no, this is not one of those.
Chair Payne, no. So there was an increase to this district for undeveloped property and developed property on that same proportionate level in 2017. So it certainly has been increased since it was created in 1990.
Okay, my next question has to do with procedure. I guess I was thinking that anything involving our county government would be a public meeting that had to be noticed up, and so so they kicked you out?
No.
Well, I mean, they uninvited you.
No, Chair Payne, thank you. And I don't want to make it sound as dramatic as that it's not. So we hold these evening meetings. These are not required. They're not required by law. They're not required to initiate the increase of an assessment. We generally hold those for informational purposes only. We try to hold those in the evening when people that work outside the home are able to come, just as an informational purpose. This district has a strong HOA. And so they have organization within this district. Not all of our districts have HOAs or have high functioning HOAs for that matter. So it's a courtesy only. The meeting that is required to be noticed and scheduled is this meeting, this public hearing that we're at today. So this is our requirement by state law.
Okay, thank you, Jessica. We take our requirement for notice and open meetings very seriously.
Absolutely.
So I just want to make sure. Okay. Let's see. Any further questions? Is there any public comment? If there's any public comment, now is the time to make it, because once we rule on this, we're moving on. Okay. Seeing no, come up to the podium, tell us your name, spell it, you know the drill. This is not your first rodeo.
This is not my first rodeo. Good morning, everyone. My name is Lisa Leckie, Leckie, and I am on the board of the Sunny Vista Homeowners Association. I will, in answer to your question, we have had several meetings regarding this increase with the homeowners out there. They have been sent emails. We do make a concerted effort to contact everyone. We go out, we get their emails, we make sure that their input is registered, whether or not they're able to attend our meetings. We've been working on this increase for at least the last 1.5 to 2 years. We received an initial increase in the assessment, I think a couple years ago. We did present that to the homeowners. They were in favor of that. And then it increased again with the last email from Jessica, as the inflation has increased, obviously what we need is a chip sealing on the road in 2028. We're going to be underfunded. We won't be able to do that. We won't be able to support even routine road maintenance without this increase. So we took it again to we had a meeting, meeting of the homeowners out there. Everyone did receive notice. We put out written notice, we emailed, we contacted everyone, people that didn't have that. We went door to door and by phone to make sure that everyone was aware. We used all the figures provided to us by Jessica Makus and presented those to the homeowners, both with the first increase almost 2 years ago, and then with the second increase. And we did in fact receive report. People did understand that without this increase, and it only has been increased, I think, once. I went and looked, and the increase from 1990 to now was only about $70 on improved lots, a little less than that for unimproved lots. As you know, inflation has been horrible. Our dollars don't go where they used to go. So this increase, unfortunately, is something that instead of a gradual increase, we're kind of forced to look at it now in order to make up that deficit and be able to at least maintain our roads. That doesn't include any kind of increase or improvement to the road.
Okay.
So it was brought up to everyone and they were fully informed.
We want everyone fully informed. So
Yes.
thanks for doing that for us.
Thank you.
Is there any other public comment? Seeing none, I guess we're ready for a motion.
Chair Payne, I would move to approve Resolution 2025-83 to levy and assess the Sunny Vista Road Improvement District, number 1990-13, as explained by Jessica Makus.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded that we approve this resolution. Is there any further comment from the commission?
Well, we do have a protest here from one, I think, two property owners. It appears that there's a vast majority of the folks that do want this done. And so I would go with the majority.
Certainly. Andy, do you have anything?
Well, Chair Payne, I was going to just mention that as well. I think as has been explained through public comment as well as from Jessica. Thank you, Jessica, for your hard work on this. And there has been significant discussion in the community. Community generally is behind it. We have a small amount, 2.5% protest is all, which is nowhere near the 50% that we would need to reconsider. And so I will support the motion as well. Thank you.
Any further comments? This trailhead is one that I used to walk up there. I kind of quit now that I got this full-time job. And the Bureau of Land Management trailhead that is located at the end of Head Lane seems to have increased the traffic on that road. But it's my understanding that this remains outside of the realm of the BLM based on the original organization of the road, and until such time as an effort is made to dissolve the district so that it could be made into something else, this is what can be done. All right. Anything else? Okay, then let's have a vote. All in favor of approving Resolution 2025-83 to levy and assess the Sunny Vista Road Improvement District number 1990-13 as presented by Jessica Makus. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously. Next on our agenda, Resolution 2025-84 to levy and assess the Redwing Shangri-La Road Improvement District number 1993-1. Ms. Jessica Makus will be giving us the full report.
Thank you, Chair Payne. And again, for the record, Jessica Makus, Special Districts Coordinator for Lewis and Clark County. Today, you'll be holding public hearing to hear comments and objections regarding the final adoption of a resolution to levy and assess an annual special assessment of $190 upon each undeveloped benefiting property and $415 upon each developed property within the Redwing Shangri-La Road Improvement District. There are 7 undeveloped properties and 20 developed properties for a total of 27 benefiting properties, and a total of $9,630 will be assessed annually to fund the maintenance of this district. The Redwing Shangri-La District was created in 1993 to maintain Redwing Road and Shangri-La Drive. This district is located just off Birdseye Road to the east of Birdseye, just across from Raven Road, north of the Birdseye Fire Station, for reference. Maintenance provided by this district includes snow plowing, grading, and other maintenance as necessary to preserve the road improvements. The maintenance assessment was set at $64.50 per undeveloped property and $180 per developed property per year. However, we do show a projected budget shortfall for district maintenance, and it is unsustainable to provide those services listed above. An increase to the assessment will ensure annual maintenance in the Redwing Shangri-La Road Improvement District can be completed as detailed in the resolution that created the district. This is a total increase of $125.50 per undeveloped property and $235 per developed property per year. A community meeting notice was mailed out to all benefiting property owners within this district, and an evening meeting was held with residents at the Birdseye Fire Station on March 19th, 2025, with 6 residents in attendance. Legal notice of the increase in this public hearing was sent to all benefiting property owners and published in the Helena Independent Record on August 2nd and August 9th, 2025. As of August 20th, 2025, no written testimony has been received protesting the increase. We have received a compilation of emails from the road committee leader in the area, and those have been included in your packet, but those are mostly supportive of this increase. Staff recommend approval of the resolution to levy and assess the district, and I'm happy to take any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Jessica. Any questions from the commission? Andy?
You're not at this time.
Tom?
No?
You guys are no fun. Okay, let's ask for public comment. Is there any public comment on this matter? Please come forward, state your name. Speak slowly. I have I have problems with hearing, so.
Sure, I will try. I had caffeine this morning, so I'll try and slow down. Thank you, Commission. Thank you, Jessica, for your hard work. My name is Tim Shanley. I live at Redwing Road. I do protest. I am not convinced that the increase in taxes on top of all the other increases in costs will provide benefit. I think that there hasn't been enough exploration for the actual cost of finding a contractor, finding a method outside of the government providing it. Maybe it's a local solution, neighborhood action together to provide for plowing or provide for resurfacing. I'm not convinced the road is in such rough shape that we need to do this. We all know the cost of living has gone up, and a new tax to me is the straw that breaks the camel's back for this. I think that there may be other options, but they haven't been explored. So thank you for your time. Thank you for your hard work, and I appreciate it.
Thank you. Are there any other public comments? Seeing none, let's have a motion.
Commissioner Payne, or Chair Payne, could I ask Jessica a question now, please? Prior to motion?
Prior? Okay, I guess it's not on my regular timetable.
No, often after public comment, there may be questions, and so it stirred a question for me.
Okay.
Just wanted to, I guess, discuss again or educate. how this process works. And so the reason for the increase and the contractors that we do use on most RIDs. So it's not the county doing the work most of the time. It is contractors, and how we secure the contractors. We've gone through that process just recently. Maybe just explaining that kind of a overview of our process. It'd be great.
Sure. Chair Payne, Commissioner Hunthausen, thanks for that question. So within our rural improvement districts, we primarily, as you said, work with contractors. The reason we need rural improvement districts or road improvement districts, these are actually the districts before you today, or were created under statutes that have been repealed almost 15 years ago, but we continue to maintain these road improvement districts as we can. The reason for these is because these neighborhood roads, these roads that not everybody travels on, are beyond what the county's road department can maintain. So because the county road department must focus on our main collectors, our main thoroughfares through town, Bird's Eye Road, for example, we have this process for property owners to come together and create these districts for maintenance. We do procure contractors through our procurement requirements and law that we must follow in that regard. The way that we procure grading contractors, for example, and snowplow contractors is very similar. We send out a request for qualifications to anybody interested in doing that work for the county, with the county, and have them submit a statement of qualifications. We do this on generally a 2 to 3 year basis for our grading contractors. We do it annually for our snow removal contractors. And with that, we create a pool of qualified contractors with appropriate insurance and liability in those items. And we work with them generally based on cost and availability to perform services within our districts. I will say that the cost of grading for us in these rural improvement districts has nearly doubled since COVID. Snow plowing has also gone up substantially. The challenge with this rural improvement district this spring road improvement district, this district had a total of $448 in the fund this spring. We were not able to do any spring maintenance, any grading work whatsoever because that fund balance is so low. We do, through our procurement and our rostering of these contractors, we do look for the most affordable price we can for qualified work. However, that, like I said, it has gone up. If residents are interested in doing private maintenance or, going a different route, we can certainly help dissolve any of these districts, and they can absolutely coordinate that maintenance with independent contractors directly. So just as we would help to continue to administer these districts or create new ones upon request, we also just as readily support folks who would prefer to dissolve the district if a majority of people are in that camp as well. I do recognize that not all contractors want to work with the county. We do have a lot of procurement requirements that make it sometimes a little bit more cumbersome than a direct job bid directly with one individual. So I respect that and I understand it. But among the contractors we do have on these rosters, our first line, I guess, is looking at the cost that each of those contractors are quoting for this work. And when possible, we generally go with that lowest cost. If a contractor is going to be out, let's say 2 months or something like that, we might go to the next most affordable contractor and go through that process. And that is all laid out in the procurement that rosters these contractors for work. Hopefully that helps.
Chair Payne, I think you covered it very well.
Okay.
And just a couple of the highlights.
Please.
Just really, we have to go through this process of securing these contractors in a pretty formal way because of liability and all of the issues that are related to that. And so we couldn't, for example, hey, there's a guy on that road that has a snowplow, we can just have him do it. We can't do those kinds of things because it's, if there was ever harmed a person or property that, we need to make sure all of those things are covered for all of the people that live there and are participating in these districts. And as you said, which is, I think is appropriate, that if someone or a group wanted to dissolve a district, they could go their own route and organize themselves through an HOA or other ways and hire their own people if they chose to. But if we're going to have a formal district through the county, there is formal process that we have to follow and make sure that we are covering all of those liability and insurance items and those kinds of things, making sure that the contractor is capable to do the work as well. And we have somebody looking out for that, which is you and the folks that work with you. So thank you very much for that explanation. Chair Payne, thanks. I just wanted to cover
Thank
that.
you, Andy. Tom, do you have anything?
It just would seem to me that we haven't even kept up with inflation at all on this thing, and it needs to be increased. And I'm seeing looks like a vast majority of the people are in favor of the increase. So
I might also comment that if we don't follow the rules precisely, the county gets sued, and that costs more money for our taxpayers. We're trying to not let that happen. And so Miss Jessica appears before us. She plays by the rules. First, she played by the rules when she was procuring contractors. She can't just do it because it's her brother. She has to do it because they absolutely qualify. So thank you for your hard work, Jessica. Thank you. Okay. How about a motion, gentlemen?
Chair Payne, I'd move that we approve Resolution 2025-8, Board of Levy and assess the Redwing Shangri-La Road Improvement District number 1993-1 as presented.
second,
It's been moved and seconded that we approve Resolution 2025-84 as presented by Jessica Makus. Do you have any more comments about this? Tom?
no,
Andy?
I do not.
Might also, I'm reminded as we do these assessments to fix up our road, everybody has a home and they bought it for whatever they did 20, 25 years ago, and it was worth not so much. And now it is worth more just because the price of homes in Montana have gone up. However, during that time, we have probably fixed a leaky roof or repaired a window or, painted the front porch or whatever, because that's upkeep on your house. Maintaining the road to your house is also part of upkeep. It's going to help maintain the value of your home when it comes time to sell. Okay. It's been moved and seconded that we approve this resolution to levy and assess the Redwing Shangri-La Road Improvement District number 1993-1. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously. And now we move out of the Jessica Makus realm and into Angie Hubbard. Resolution 2025-85 to levy and assess the Scenic Vistas Road Rural Improvement District number 2024-3, Angie Hubbard. And Angie, explain to me why this is being done by the Special Districts Program Coordinator instead of the road person that usually does this.
Chair Payne, Commissioners. For the record, Angie Hubbard with Community Development and Planning. And when subdivision approvals require these districts, a lot of times we help out Jessica and do this step in the process.
Who's we? The planning
The
department?
Planning Department.
Okay,
yes.
thank you. Thank you.
Today, you will consider Resolution 2025-85 for the purpose of levying and assessing a special assessment upon benefiting properties within the Scenic Vistas Road Rural Improvement District, number 2024-3. The Scenic Vistas Road Rural Improvement District is located to the south of Canyon Ferry Road and east of Lake Helena Drive. The boundary contains the Scenic Vistas subdivision. The Scenic Vistas Road RID 2024-3 was created as a condition of subdivision approval under Resolution Number 2024-71 on July 16th, 2024, for the maintenance of internal access roads, snow removal, stormwater detention pond number 4, grading, and culverts within the subdivision. The state law provides that the Board of County Commissioners may, before the first Monday in September of each year, adopt a resolution levying and assessing all property within a district with an equal amount to the whole cost of maintaining and preserving or repairing the improvements within the district. Resolution 2025-85 will provide the ability to levy and assess annual maintenance funds for these improvements. If approved, a $580 assessment per property will be levied upon the 15 benefiting properties within the Scenic Vistas Road RID. Property owners and persons with property interests within the Scenic Vistas Road RID were notified of the public hearing through publication and mail. Legal notice of the public hearing was published on August 7th and August 14th, 2025 in the Helena Independent Record, and notice was mailed to all property owners within the boundaries of the RID on August 6th, 2025. No written comments or protests have been received, and staff recommends approval of Resolution 2025-85, and I can answer any questions you may have. Thank you.
I just have a little question. They're on the map in front of us. Most of it's light blue, but there's a couple of lots that are dark blue. Can you indicate or let us know why? Or do we know?
Chair Payne, Commissioners, I believe it's just the way that the color appears. They're all the same. All 15 properties. That's all 15 lots in there.
Thank you. Questions? Andy?
I don't have a question.
Tom?
No questions.
Okay. Is there any public comment on this matter? Seeing no public comment, I'd like to have a motion.
Chair Payne, I moved approve Resolution 2025-85 to levy and assess the Scenic Vistas Road Rural Improvement District number 2024-03 as explained by Angie Hubbard.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded that we approve this resolution. Is there any further comment from the commission?
Chair Payne, just a
Andy?
comment of clarification, and Angie said it pretty well, but typically it's our process that when we have a new subdivision and a new RID that the planning department presents those. And then after they're established and going, then we see Jessica for the updates and the renewals. So just for explanation purposes.
You can tell he's been here a lot longer than I have. Thank you, Andy. Any further comment?
Nope.
Tom? Well, then, let's have a vote. All those in favor of approving Resolution 2025-85 to levy and assess the Scenic Vistas Road Rural Improvement District number 2024-03 as presented by Angie Hubbard, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously. Thank you, Angie. Onward and upward. Resolution 2025-86 to levy and assess the Scenic Vistas Rural Improvement District number 2024-04, again by Angie Hubbard.
Good morning, Chair Payne and Commissioners. For the record, Angie Hubbard with Community Development and Planning Department. Today you will consider Resolution 2025-86 for the purpose of levying and assessing a special assessment upon benefiting properties within the Scenic Vistas Rural Improvement District number 2024-4. The Scenic Vistas Rural Improvement District is located to the south of Canyon Ferry Road and to the east of Lake Helena Drive, and the boundary contains Scenic Vistas subdivision. The Scenic Vistas RID 2024-4 was created as a condition of subdivision approval under Resolution Number 2024-69 on July 16th, 2024, for the purpose of contributing to the maintenance of Canyon Ridge subdivision roads. Maintenance may include snow removal, street sign maintenance, culvert cleaning, ditch maintenance, street sweeping, pothole patching, crack sealing, chip sealing, and other maintenance as necessary to preserve road improvements. State law provides that the Board of County Commissioners may, before the first Monday of September each year, adopt a resolution levying and assessing all the property within the district with an equal amount to the whole cost of maintaining, preserving, or repairing the improvements within the district. Resolution 2025-86 will provide the ability to levy and assess the annual maintenance funds for these improvements. If approved, a $105 assessment per property will be levied upon the 15 benefiting properties within the Scenic Vistas RID. Property owners and persons with property interests in the Scenic Vistas RID were notified of the public hearing through publication and mail. Legal notice was published on August 7th and August 14th in the Helena Independent Record, and notice was mailed to all property owners within the boundaries of the RID on August 6, 2025. No written comments or protests have been received, and staff recommends approval of Resolution 2025-86, and I can answer any questions you may have.
Thank you, Angie. Any comments or questions from the commission?
No, pretty straightforward.
Pretty straightforward. Okay. Is there any public comment? Seeing no public comment, could we have a motion, please?
Chair Payne, I'd move that we approve Resolution 2025-86 to levy and assess the Scenic Vista Rural Improvement District number 2024-04 as presented.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded. We approve this resolution. Is there any more comments from the commission? Seeing none. All those in favor of approving Resolution 2025-86 to levy and assess the Scenic Vistas Rural Improvement District number 2024-04 as presented by Angie Hubbard, indicate by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously. Okay. Next up, Resolution 2025-87 to levy and assess the Scenic Vistas Fire Rural Improvement District number 2024-05. Ms. Hubbard, go for it.
Good morning, Chair Payne and Commissioners. For the record, Angie Hubbard with Community Development and Planning Department. Today you will consider Resolution 2025-87 for the purpose of levying and assessing a special assessment upon benefiting properties within Scenic Vistas Fire Rural Improvement District number 2024-5. The Scenic Vistas Fire Rural Improvement District is located to the south of Canyon Ferry Road and east of Lake Helena Drive. The boundary contains the Scenic Vistas subdivision. Scenic Vistas RID 2024-5 was created as a condition of subdivision approval under Resolution Number 2024-70 on July 16, 2024, for the purposes of contributing to maintenance, preservation, and care of the Canyon Ridge Fire Suppression System, including payments towards contractual fire protection plan agreement, fire hydrant maintenance, and other maintenance as necessary to preserve the system. State law provides that the Board of County Commissioners may, before the first Monday of September each year, adopt a resolution levying and assessing all the property within the district with an equal amount in order to maintain and preserve or repair the improvements within the district. Resolution 2025-87 will provide the ability to levy and assess the annual maintenance funds for these improvements. If approved, $79.80 assessment will be levied upon the 15 benefiting properties within the Scenic Vistas Fire RID. Property owners and persons with property interests within Scenic Vistas Fire RID were notified of the public hearing through publication and mail. Legal notice was published on August 7th and 14th in the Helena Independent Record, and notice was mailed to all property owners within the boundaries of the RID on August 6th, 2025. No written protests or comments have been received. Staff recommends approval of Resolution 2025-87, and I can answer any questions you may have.
Thank you, Angie. Any questions from the commission? Tom?
None?
Andy? Is there any public comment? Seeing no public comment, let's have a motion.
Chair Payne, I move to approve Resolution 2025-87 to levy and assess the Scenic Vistas Fire Rural Improvement District number 2024-05 as explained by Angie Hubbard.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve this resolution 2025-87. Is there any further comment from the commission?
None.
Seeing none. All those in favor of approving resolution 2025-87 to levy and assess the Scenic Vistas Fire Rural Improvement District number 2024-05 as presented by Angie Hubbard, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously. Next on our agenda, we have Resolution 2025-88 to levy and assess the Camp Road Rural Improvement District number 2017-11, and this will be presented by Mr. Phil Gonzalez. Good morning, Phil.
Morning, Chair Payne Commission. As you mentioned, for the record, Phil Gonzalez here with Community Development and Planning.
Phil, talk a little slower. I'm having trouble hearing.
Oh, I apologize. Phil Gonzalez here with Community Development and Planning. As you mentioned, I am presenting Resolution 2025-88. This resolution is to levy and assess a Camp Road Rural Improvement District, which you'll see here on the screen in the red outline. This RID is located north of Mattstaff Road and east of Spokane Creek Road. The Camp RID was created for the purpose of maintaining those internal access roads within this district, which includes Camp A1, Camp B1 subdivisions, and the inclusion of 9 new lots, which was part of the Camp Major subdivision that was final platted, I believe, last year. This resolution is a road RID, which seeks to maintain the roads as mentioned, which work would include things as grading and snowplow within this RID boundary. If approved, each benefiting lot would be assessed a total of $354.38, which would not be an increase of the existing benefiting properties, but would be continuation for the new added lots. As part of the noticing requirements, state statute, the RID levy and assess was mailed to all benefiting properties within the RID. It was noticed in the Helena Independent Record. As of this morning, staff has not received any public comment or protest on this levy and assess resolution. So with that, I'm here to answer any questions you may have. And staff is recommending approval.
Thank you. Do you have any questions, Tom?
I do.
Go for it.
This seems a little bit different in that you're including a larger area than just a part that's already developed. What would happen as more lots are added?
Certainly. Commissioners, Chair Payne Commissioners. So yes, the RID boundary was created as at the time of the very beginning of the first subdivision. And as time has gone on, that kind of parrot track you see above has been subdivided to include more lots. So the RD is already being included, that boundary. So as new lots are created, they're added in to the levy and assess, is what we're doing here now. As the RID includes two, which includes the roads, right? So when you add more lots, you're essentially also adding additional road frontage that needs to be maintained. So that gets figured out, is including with the assessment, including with the next RID is the fire, which one fire protection system is included that covers the entire RID boundary. So as new lots are created, that fire protection system is there to support those new lots. So technically, it's more of a fixed cost with the fire, because you're not adding additional roadage, just maintenance costs for the fire system. So usually that annual assessment goes down when you include additional lots. So it's just, how each new subdivision is included. We look at, what the potential costs, like the road frontage is and things like that. So.
Okay, if I understand you right, then say they add 5 more lots, then they'll just be added at the same price.
Potentially, yes. I think staff evaluates, the current cost, how much footage is being included with the new lots, the cost of the maintenance and things like that. And we come up with a total. Yeah. So instead of adding in this situation additional costs, we're just including new lots to what other benefiting properties are paying.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. I have a question. Looking at the lovely map you have presented, well, first of all, what is the black hatched property that is outside of the boundary? Do you have any idea?
Commissioner Payne, I believe that's just a holdover from a previous map that came out when I exported it.
Then regarding assessments, so we've got probably 15 small lots between the Matt Staff Road and where it says Camp Road, and then one great big lot for the rest of the parcel. So the assessment for the one big parcel is the same as the ones for the little tiny parcels. Is that correct?
Chair Payne, Commissioner, that is correct.
Okay, so it's not done by square foot. It's done by okay, so as the person who owns the big plot sells off lots, those amounts will bring additional money in, but it won't decrease the amount paid by the owner of the big lot.
Chair Payne, Commissioner, so the assessment is not based on the size of the lots.
Okay.
The assessment is based on the length and of the roads within the subdivisions. So all lots are paying the same, as they're all benefiting properties, utilizing those roads for this particular RID. As that parent tract, that bigger tract, if they do in fact go through a subdivision process and create additional lots, staff will analyze the cost, the maintenance of those new roads or extension of those roads like Camps Road, and evaluate what the current assessment or new assessment would be for all those individual lots. But essentially all the lots within the RID are benefiting and receive the same assessment annually.
Thank you, Phil.
Certainly.
Andy, you got any questions? No. Okay. Is there any public comment regarding this? They must be saving their comments. Okay. No public comments. Let's have a motion.
Chair Payne, I'd move that we approve resolution 2025-88 to levy and assess the Camp Road Rural Improvement District number 2017-11 as presented.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we should approve this resolution. Is there any further comment from the commission? Seeing none. All those in favor of approving resolution 2025-88 to levy and assess the Camp Road Rural Improvement District number 2017-11 as presented by Mr. Phil Gonzalez indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously. Next item on our agenda, Resolution 2025-89 to levy and assess the Camp Fire Rural Improvement District number 2017-12, and again will be presented by Mr. Gonzalez.
Chair Payne, Commissioners, Phil Gonzalez here for the record with Community Development and Planning. As you mentioned before you, I'm presenting Resolution 2025-89. This resolution is to levy and assess benefiting properties within the Camp Fire Rural Improvement District. That district number is 2017-12. Similarly, this RID boundary is located north of Matt Staff Road and east of Spokane Creek Road. The Camp Fire RID was created for the purpose of maintaining the fire protection system that supports the Camp A1 and B1 subdivisions, which was created via Resolution 2017-150. This resolution will provide for the ability to levy and assess 9 new lots that were created via the Camp Major subdivision that was final platted, I believe, a year ago, for the annual maintenance for the fire protection system. If approved, all benefiting properties within the district would be charged an annual assessment of $38.68. I will note that is a decrease from the previous annual assessments of $66.82. As we're adding additional lots into the RID, that cost comes down for this particular type of RID. I will note, as required, state statutes, legal notice of this public hearing was published in the Helena IR, and notice of the meeting was mailed to all property owners within the RID. As of this morning, staff has not received any public comment in regards to this levy and assess resolution, and staff is recommending approval. And with that, I'm open to any questions you may have. Thank you.
Thank you, Phil. Any questions from the commission? Okay, is there any public comment on this matter? Seeing none, I will entertain a motion.
Chair Payne, I would move to approve Resolution 2025-89 to levy and assess the Camp Fire Rural Improvement District number 2017-12 as explained by Phil Gonzalez.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve this resolution. Is there any further comment from the commissions? Seeing none, all those in favor of approving Resolution 2025-89 to levy and assess the Camp Fire Rural Improvement District number 2017-12 as presented by Phil Gonzalez indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously. The last item on this morning's agenda, item H, change order between Lewis and Clark County and OpenGov. Or maybe that's as presented by Mr. Frank Cornwell. Frank?
Good morning, Commissioners. For the record, my name is Frank Cornwell, CFO of the county. Before you this morning is a change order and statement of work with OpenGov to convert the current chart of accounts and budget books to our new chart of accounts. This will allow OpenGov to align with our with Finance Enterprise, which is going to be our new software, our financial software, once it goes live. This work is essential to ensure departments can prepare and submit their annual budgets on time. As you know, we use OpenGov to prepare our budget books and budgets. The work to be performed under this change order is not to exceed $34,625.95 and is budgeted in the capital development budget as part of the finance system conversion project. So this is fully budgeted for, something we expected to come along when it came to implementing this new software. Work will be completed within 4 months of the project kickoff. Staff recommends approval of the change order with OpenGov.
Thank you, Frank. Is there any questions from the commission? Andy?
Mr. Cornwell.
Mhm.
Just for those that might be watching today or here listening, we've gone through a great big conversion. We've been plugging along with a very old financial system. Just kind of describe that whole thing we've been through the last couple of years and very, very briefly so people understand why we are at this point.
Sure. Chair Payne, Commissioner Hunhausen. So for the last couple of years since I've actually been here, we've been working on converting a old, I would call mainframe system that is, it's a system we've been using for 20 plus years, maybe even longer. It has worked really well. It actually continues to work for us. However, the company that owns this system, Central Square is the name of the company, they're going to phase it out and no longer support it with maintenance and updates and all of that. So it was time to move on from it. And we were, and there was a RFP process done a long time before I was even here, and we selected Central Square again, but with their newer software, which is called Finance Enterprise, and it gets us to a modern platform. It allows us to do things like attach invoices electronically to every payable that we have in the system. So you bring it up, you're able to click on it and see those things electronically. Really, really, really nice. And it's actually where we need to go when it comes to kind of moving more towards the paperless environment. So yeah, we're really excited about moving on to this new software, which is something that we're all nervous about, but I think we're on the right track. We have a good team. We have a really good accounting team working downstairs on getting this done. We've had a couple setbacks, but nothing too worrisome. It's mostly due to staff turnover and just timing. And we look to fully implement this new software starting in January 1st. So there's going to be a big conversion starting in January, and then all of this new budget platform or because of this conversion, our new budget will have a new chart of accounts. So our fiscal year 2027 budget will be built brand new accounts, new funds. It's much more appropriate because we actually can now use 4 digits as opposed to 3 digits in our fund types. For example, yep.
Maybe
So
would you explain what you mean by digits? These are probably not what
Yep.
you're talking about.
4 numbers. Yeah, you can use 4 numbers as opposed to using 3. We because of all the RIDs, for every single RID that we have and new improvement district, we have to create a new fund. And a new fund comes with a new number. And in our old system, we can only use 3 digits or 3 numbers. And we've ran out of them. We've been recycling old ones and using digits or numbers that actually don't correlate with the fund type because we just run out of funds. And this is something that we needed to do. Going to 4 and now allows us, we basically will never move or run out of numbers to create these funds. And it brings us much more in line with appropriate GAAP practice. So now
Gab?
generally accepted accounting principles. And so you have an RID fund type. Well, you'll be able to tell that it is an RID fund type based on the number. You'll be able to find it right away. Here, it's much because of the limitations that we have. It's hard to find those. You have to know exactly what the number is in order to be able to figure out what it correlates to. But I'm excited about this. This system gives us a lot more flexibility going forward. There's a lot of add-ons that we can maybe potentially add to the system to help with efficiencies, to help improve reporting, maybe make things a lot more transparent going forward. So, but it's going to be a stress, and there's no easy way to do these transitions. But like I said, we have a really good team, and they have really good support from Central Square, and everything looks to be going on track right now.
Thank you. Thanks.
Question, if I might.
Tom,
Go ahead.
I was just going to ask, how much retraining is this going to be for the 3 county commissioners? Are we going to have to learn another program?
Chair Payne, commissioners, I don't think you guys will have to be retrained on any of this. There'll be slight, you'll see a little bit of differences in like the reports that you receive. So for example, you receive an expense report they review every 2 weeks before we cut checks for our vendors. That report will look a little different because it's coming out of a new system. However, it'll have the same data, maybe even more so, or more clarity, because it'll look much more modern.
Clarity would be helpful on that report.
It's, yeah, so that process will be when that changes, that'll be the first thing you'll see that it'll directly impact you. I can't think of any other reports that you guys utilize out of the system. You guys are lucky enough that you have me and my staff and the accounting crew that we can produce things for you and bring it to you in a format that you don't have to worry about trying to interpret it out of the accounting system.
Thank you. Any question, Andy?
I would.
Tom, go for it.
I just a comment. I am always pleased with how fast you and your staff come up with answers when I ask questions about the budgets and whatnot, and anything that will make it easier for you, I'm in favor of. And if it works better long term, yeah, we need to do it. 27 years of wonderful awards for the way the financial department of our county government operates. I really believe there is no local government in the state of Montana that's in better financial shape than Lewis and Clark County. And I appreciate what you do, and in order to keep being able to do it that well, we need to do it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else?
I may have a comment after we
Okay.
have a motion.
Is there any public comment regarding this? Seeing no public comment, let's have a motion.
Chair Payne, I'd move that we approve the change order between Lewis and Clark County and OpenGov as presented by CFO Cornwell.
I am proud to second the motion.
It has been moved and seconded that we approve this change order. Is there any comments from the commission?
Chair Payne,
Andy?
if I could. Mr. Cornwell, part of the reason I asked the question is to get to the point of how much we've been through and to recognize, as you have and Commissioner Rolfe has recognized, you and your staff, Misty in particular, and then the accounting crew downstairs, as well as the treasurer and clerk and recorder's office, and everyone on top of their regular jobs, which are pretty full.
Mhm.
They've also had to train and go through training sessions and have a pretty steep learning curve on this new system and try to be ready to go when the conversion happens and when we launch. So I just want to appreciate the hard work that everyone's put in. It's been a lot, and it's been added to their regular jobs. And so I think it's important that we recognize that and thank those folks. So please share that with them if they're not listening today.
Absolutely.
Okay, thanks, Chair Payne.
Anything, Tom? Seeing no further comment, let's have a vote on this. All those in favor of approving change order between Lewis and Clark County and OpenGov as presented by Frank Cornwell, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously. And now we come to the point in the agenda where we encourage public comment on any public matter within the jurisdiction of the commission that is not on the agenda above. Are you folks just sitting here making sure we're doing it right? That's fine if you want to. Seeing no public comment, this meeting is adjourned.